Alright, looks like we're live. Sorry about running behind here, guys. But yeah, this is... Hey, Cedro, how we doing, man? Welcome to the, hopefully, first of many, very early streams. But yeah, I'm very excited to be streaming Immortal Empires finally. Cedro. Yes. But yeah, I'm having lots of fun with it so far. I haven't played too much into it yet. I've heard mixed things on the High Elves, so I think at some point here early on we'll give them another go.
We shall dance in the shadows.
So we'll just see. We'll just see how that goes. But today we'll be playing as Be'lakor. I haven't played as him yet, so this is like going in, you know, somewhat like blind. You know, I haven't done any like preparation. I've actually played the most so far. I've played Festus and Azazel. Azazel and Festus are really fun.
It matters not from whence
Teclis has a rough start. Yeah, doesn't he start? Where are they? Down here. Doesn't he start in the shit bowl? Yeah. That's what I'm calling it. It's not that it's terribly hard, just with how the AI has been, but there's just so many legendary lords down there. But yeah, Village is interesting. I need to play more Village to really understand his campaign. But with that being said, I've only played like 10 to 15 turns in these four, like the like Champions of Chaos, like Village, Azazel, Festus, and Valkia. I've only done about 10 turns each. Honestly, though, I think Festus and Azazel, well, not Azazel, I'd say Festus, Village, and Azazel, which Azazel and Village are really close. Valkia is a pretty big letdown, in my opinion. Her bloodletting is pretty bad, you know, in terms of abilities that it grants you. And she herself is just, you know, like her special line isn't that great. But yeah, we're playing as Be'lakor. So he starts off with quite a big army. It's a little bit of everything, which it is something different. I just like when I started like a campaign just to like look at his mechanics and whatnot. So like Valkia, Festus, Azazel, and Village all can like make Marauder units or like basic chaos units into, you know, Sinch or, you know, their respective chaos god that they follow. But Be'lakor can't do that right away. So it's a little bit interesting, but I'll show you guys here when we jump in. But I'm very excited to be playing it. Under Krogar besides rats and Kairos, right? And then once you start expanding, you're by Scarbrand, which you beat Scarbrand. You have Tomb Kings, you have Scarbrand, then you have Malagor's still down there, I think, unless they moved him. I can't remember, But thank you for being here, Cedro. I appreciate you being here, buddy. And just in general, these streams I plan on being like 2.5 hours. So right now it's 5:11 a.m. Where I'm at, and I plan on going till about like 7:30, 7:45. Just kind of depends on how I'm feeling. At the very latest, I can go to about 8. And that's if I get enough stuff ready for work beforehand. So I'm just watching OBS. Yeah. Alright. So they don't... I'm just going to cut through that because they don't really have any like intros so far for some factions. Like, it's just basically telling you that Immortal Empires is a beta. Those AI forever turns, use them wisely. Mine haven't been too bad, really. I don't know if I've just gotten lucky or whatnot. But the AI, like, end turns, you know, haven't been too bad.
My prayers are answered.
But let's see. I'm going to buy a spellcaster, which will unlock both of these here.
There is only war.
So just another thing I found that was interesting, like my entire like amount of experience with Be'lakor so far is literally what I've just done right now. I've looked, you know, just at what his his different chaos authorities, his units, his technology, and then his skill tree itself.
Daemon Prince.
Which his skill tree is pretty good. He gets regeneration depending on if units are wavering or like less than 50%. So it's kind of like what Nakari's like, I think it's Soul Siphon ability, where he becomes like a Mortis engine if they're wavering or lower than 50%. Experience gain is good, you know, for Undivided Lords and Heroes. The Warband upgrade cost, 75% for demon units, is pretty bleh. Because if we go to the Warband upgrade, you know, it's your basic like Bloodletter, Demonette, or Plague Bearers, and you're just upgrading them to an exalted version. So it's not like, you know, you can take the basic Demonette and go like up 2 or 3 tiers. But then Blood and Magic is really good depending on what route you're gonna go with, which may surprise people. But we'll actually be going, in terms of technology, I want to be able to upgrade my Marauder units to receiving marks of Nurgle. And I'll explain why here. But in terms of technology, just get the Scrutiny of the Dark Gods to increase our experience gain, so we can get these buffed up to like tier or like rank 4 or 5. But Malagor, if we go back, so he, in a 30-meter range, right? You wanna, like, I would think just by looking at his skills, you wanna fight somewhat in a blob with Be'lakor. That way, his Lord of Torment ability kicks in, and then he has the Whispers and Darkness, which affects enemy leadership. So these kind of like work off each other. Well, the Whispers in the Darkness help the Lord of Torment actually take effect because it lowers leadership. But then you have the Winds of Magic cost, and cooldown, minus 30% for the Lore of Shadow spells. So, I mean, him being in a tank already in melee, and then having him, you know, do a bunch of damage in a blob with Pit of Shades or the Pendulum ability, it's just really good to dish out a bunch of damage really, really fast. So, therefore, the reason I say to go Nurgle is because they'll just become tankier. They'll slow the enemy down because they'll get poison attacks. They'll get more health. They'll get more melee defense. Like, definitely go Khorne if you want them to be more damage dealers. But going Tzeentch is just not really, I think, like, obviously you can't do it. But with Be'lakor himself, like, you could do with a different, like, Lord, I guess. But with Be'lakor itself, it doesn't seem the strategic thing to do to give him a missile-based army when all of his, or, you know, his big main abilities, you know, the Lord of Torment, the Whispers in the Darkness, his spells, the Dark Master, like, all of that requires units to be compact in a circle. Or at least, you know, just together. Plus his, when you get his blade, it's kind of like Scarbrand's, where it can go up from 0 to 100% in armor piercing damage, and then, you know, up to 40 more melee attack every time he kills something. So you really want, you know, to be able to dish out a bunch of damage and get a lot of kills really early on in battles with Be'lakor, just to make sure a bunch of his abilities start taking effect. But let's jump in and
The first.
do this battle. His manifestation's a little different. It's when he's fighting different chaos like armies. So I'm not sure, you know, how many battles. If it's like every 2 or 3 battles you get 1 use of something. But you know, you have to fight Khorne armies for this unholy manifestation, Nurgle, Slaanesh, and Tzeentch. I don't know what this is. So this is like something like from the Chaos Rift, or like the Realm of Chaos version, where he can enter this, right, and like just randomly teleport anywhere in the map where one of these other rifts appear. Because like for the heck of it, I did jump in there once and just like ignore fighting him, and I just jumped in there to see if I could go anywhere, and you can't right away. So I think this is what the Crusher's Boon is for. Is you want to fight Tzeentch armies to open up another rift, and then somehow target an army, say in Stirland, and then be able to just teleport right there. You know, and that way if you get in trouble, you just hop in there and you teleport back to Albion, and you're a little safer. But anyway, I'm really excited for it. So let's just jump on in. I don't think we can. Okay, we can get quite a bit.
I am the first. The only.
We don't need it though to start off with. Honestly, I like Marauders. There are a lot of things you can do with Marauders early on. Especially once you give them like a mark of something, they become very, very strong. And we'll just save it here and then jump into the first battle. But yeah, Marauders are very good. Almost a lot of the lords buff like non-demon units. So like all of the champions of chaos, Valkia, you know, Village, all of them, they don't buff demon units, they buff non-demon units. And a lot of the first like gifts of chaos or whatever you can do actually buff non-demon units. A lot of the gifts of chaos I've seen actually just give you, you know, demon units in the replenishment pool. So I kind of think of those as, you have to pay for them, but I kind of think of them as like Regiment of Renown, where, you know, you want like your main army, right? You want like actual like chaos units. From what I've seen so far, I've only played like 40 turns total in the whole game so far, just because it took me a long time. I played like 5 or 6 hours yesterday after work, but it was just, you know, taking the time to read the factions and try and get like a kind of get a grasp of like what to expect. But so like a lot of the red lines for all of them buff like non-demon units or like non-demon melee, missile, and artillery based units. Sorry, I forgot my train of thought. And then occasionally, you know, you'll get like in the gift pool, basically, you'll get, you know, bloodletters, demonettes, or plague bearers, depending on which like champion of chaos you're playing as. And these will have limit. Like, I think at first you start off with like a capacity of 4 you can have on hand at one time. And then same with like the demonettes and so on. And you can do various things to increase that size pool via technology and whatnot. But really, it's like you'll get like bloodletters, right? And the only thing you can ever do to upgrade them is, you know, spend warband upgrades to make them exalted bloodletters. But you can't buff them in the red line. You can't do anything, you know, lord specific. Like, the only buff you're getting them is upgrading them to an exalted variant. So that's what I actually think, like, your basic Chaos Warriors or, like, Marauders, and then, like, giving them a mark of something is actually better. It's just, because you can actually use your red line, and like Marauders, we'll get them with like 40 or 50 melee attack here really early on. Alright, I need these to be the tanks. You guys on the outsides. But yeah, welcome everyone to the stream. It's good to have you guys here. Waste your ammo on me. So that ability I just popped down gives him like 44% ward save. Alright. I forgot to bring them up.
You will run.
Which, fun fact, if you guys didn't know, Bellacor's voice actor is Thorn from the Hobbit movies.
Sweet kiss.
Yes.
And I, you know, spoiler alert, after this campaign, I'll probably do like this campaign for a few days, and then maybe on the weekend, depending on how this one's going, I'll start a different one, and it will be another Champion of Chaos faction, and it'll probably surprise you guys, because I guarantee you I will be in the minority. If the Demonites die, it's fine. I got other units I want to recruit anyway that are much cheaper. But yeah, welcome everyone to the stream. It's good to have you guys here. But I will probably go out on a limb and probably be one of the only people, and by people I mean like streamers, but this like just the strongest like warriors of like the champions of chaos, sorry, is actually Festus. Love, like rank 1, he can get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kills. Like I think it was the second siege I did yesterday, he got like 580 kills because his healing cap, you can increase it by 50% for your units. It sucks that we lost that one, but I want Marauders anyway. You can increase the healing cap for units. The healing and the damage take effect immediately and don't require him to be in or out of melee. I hope they don't change that. But you know, he like when he's a Mortis engine, he's essentially like Morgur, you know, the Beastman Lord, where he can just stand there and he's just so smelly, he just starts killing things. It's the same thing with Festus. And so you take some units, like chaos units that are stronger than demon units, and a lord that doesn't require to be in melee to be a Mortis engine, and he can heal. You know, you have to swap in. Sorry, I got something in my eye. He, you know, has to swap between the two abilities, but damn, it's good. All right, let's just take the replenishment. Be'lakor makes a ton of money from post-battle loot. Ton of money. All right.
New abilities.
So yeah, in case you guys haven't played it yet, so this is like you have warband recruitment and then like gifted units, right? This is just a percentage chance of that one of the units basically refills for the next turn, and then hovering over a we'll do it over here so it's just less blurry. So if you click on a settlement, this little like warband recruitment here to the right tells you if you go into that province what units are already there for you to be able to pick up. So you can recruit that whether you're in your territory or in friendly territory. You know, theoretically they could have 5 or 6 units of marauders in there, and you could just go pick them up and go from 10 to 15 or 16 units and then attack them, kind of thing. And then the authority, I really like this authority stuff. I think it's really cool, where depending on where you go down, it gives you bonuses for those units. So using like the Marauder and like actual Chaos units for the upgrades is good, just because you have access to more upgrades, and they've definitely made aspiring champions like ungodly powerful. If you look at the tech trees of stuff, I mean, where is it? Not only are their stats initially outrageous, but on all of the like technologies, you can get them the Hellblade ability, you can give them regeneration, you can give them the like ward save damage resistance ability that Slanesh gets, and then also get you get like a summon ability, but then you also get where is it? There's a barrier one as well that gives them more barrier. It's here, I promise. But it's like an X amount of like extra barrier for aspiring champions, and it's like that for every like champion of Chaos faction. The aspiring champions are like the go-to like thing to get, or something you should work towards, just because really it's not the lords that buff them specifically, it's the technology tree that buffs them so much. Aspiring champions always let you down. Or sorry, I missed Planet Sea. I don't know. I definitely want to give them, like Archaon and Kolek and Sigi their chance. I really want to give everybody a chance, just because I think. See, it's kind of funny because I know like a lot of people are upset about like all of the cheese and exploiting nerfing, and I get that. Because some of it was really fun to do. But for me personally, I never really did a lot of it. And so I'm not really as affected as much as, other players may be. Like for High Elves, for example, I never took the time to farm the Entrepreneur trait. I just never did. I never did the Eltharion, interrogate cheese with Lords. I didn't find it worthwhile to do it, and so I didn't do it. So honestly, I'm just very excited to play, every faction and see, just how they have improved. And so like I want to get through like the DLC factions. Just obviously I'll do Be'lakor, and then I'm probably gonna do Festus as my next campaign. But then after that, I want to branch out and just try some other like Warhammer 3 or Warhammer 2 races and whatnot, stuff like that, and then come back to it, which I'm thinking what I'll end up doing is like obviously be streaming like one faction, one campaign, and then be playing another one in in my own time, just to get some more experience. That way, if I can just play a campaign kind of blind, because I like it, just for the experience. Like, oh shit, I don't really know what I'm doing. And then have another campaign where like, hey, like I've played a little bit more with this faction. I have a general better idea about, what I think is a good way to go about playing this campaign, that kind of thing. Sorry, I'm trying to think of how to do this because they have a lot of pink horrors. And I don't want to get shot to bits. Let's see. Yeah, come over here. The reason being, yes, they do have a tower, but it's only one. And blue horrors playing on ultra unit size, this is just going to be really clunky and really hard for them to shoot accurately. So we'll definitely take some damage getting to the walls and whatnot. But once we get there, we'll be fine. Because their number, you know, them having missile attack isn't going to be that big of a deal at that point. Yeah, I never do much sieging, even ammo wasting. I really don't. I will do ammo wasting depending on the situation. Because the thing with ammo wasting too, right, is if you send out, if I send out this hero, right, and you know, say they had artillery, they won't shoot him because he's too small of an entity. But if I send Be'lakor out there, you know, he has a big enough mass and he's strong enough where the enemy would consider him a threat. So there are still ways, you know, around it. In terms of if the AI will waste their ammunition at you, there are definitely ways to get around it. But it's not, you know, it's not sending a dwarf or a rat out there, you know, some Skaven out there anymore, and they just willy-nilly, you know, shoot at anything because they can shoot at something, kind of thing. Those days are definitely gone. But yeah, I'm with you, and it's not that I have anything against it. I just, like, call it laziness or, you know, whatever it wants, but I just didn't want to take the time to do it. I was just like, yeah, you know, like I totally get why people do it, because some things are, like, I would say the biggest one I did was the knowledgeable, like, cheese exploit, whatever you want to deem it as. That was the one where I really enjoyed that one, just because I enjoyed the Winds of Magic. But you know, it wasn't like it never like made or broke my campaign. Like, if I got lucky with them, yeah, you know, I'll spend the money and confederate them. But it was never anything where if I didn't, you know, if I wasn't able to get them for some reason, it wasn't like I was going to quit my campaign and start over, kind of thing.
Shadow magic. Move. Hear me, Plague Father.
But yeah, I mean, and like, I get it. I totally do get why people are pissed off about it. Like, I totally understand. But luckily for me, you know, like, I just more or less have less adjusting to Warhammer 3 than other people do from Warhammer 2, because, you know, I didn't do that much cheesing in Warhammer 2, so I'm just not nearly as affected as all of those big like changes that they've made, you know, to economies, units, you know, whatever it may be. So I'm excited. That's why I'm actually, there are still some races I won't touch. I am, however, apt to give the greenskins another go, because supply lines and melee infantry is a lot more viable in Warhammer 3. So I am excited to give them a try again. And then Tomb Kings, I'm a little more tempted to give another try. But then Bretonnia, I still won't touch Bretonnia. If I want to play a cavalry based game, I'll play Medieval 2 or something like that. Yeah, Bretonnia is, I don't think Bretonnia is a faction I'll ever really enjoy. They're just not for me at all. You know, it's not that they're not strong. From what I've seen, you can still do the Night Vow exploit, which again, that was never something I took the time to do. I could have cared less about that. But yeah, it was just kind of hard to do hammer and anvil if they don't have good anvils. And like their cav units are obviously really good, as you would expect them to be. But you know, I don't want to micro, you know, 15, 20 units of cav in a battle. You know, I feel like you miss you know, some of the actual, you know, you miss the battle because you're constantly, you know, you're just constantly, you know, oh shit, gotta go over here, gotta go over here, gotta do this, gotta do that. You know, you're just missing out on the actual fight because, you know, you're micromanaging so much, and the next thing you know, you either win or lose, and you're like, oh, that was the fight, you know. What's another one that I'm still hesitant to try? Vampire Coast. Yeah, Vampire Coast is one. But really, other than that, I'm apt to try more. I want to try Norska. Definitely do Wolfric. But yeah, which for me, you know, when I was playing Warhammer 2, that was a lot of reasons why I didn't play certain more factions, because they just got they were less enjoyable for me faster than other factions, and so I just, you know, I didn't play them. But so yeah, I don't know. I want to do Be'lakor, I want to do Festus, and then after that, I actually have no idea what I'm going to do in terms of a next campaign or playing my own time. I definitely want to do a Ikit Claw. Yeah, we definitely want to occupy this. I definitely want to do an Ikit Claw campaign. I need to figure out how I want to do it, because things have changed from what I've seen. The amount of food you get in battles, I think, has been greatly reduced. The way to like occupy certain settlements have been reduced and whatnot. But welcome everyone to the stream. It's good to have you guys here. All right, let's do money and growth. Yeah, I really like the chaos. I guess update, rework, however, you know, however you want to deem it, whatever floats your boat, do what you got to do. But I really like the fact that you can actually build things now.
Lord of Shadows.
Won't recruit anything this turn because you have like instant recruitment. So both of your recruitment is instant recruitment. So you never need to like recruit it and then go. Like you can pick them up anywhere. You just have to pick up like gifted units in your own territories, I believe. But this is what I was saying, why I think they're more like Regiment of Renown, because if we look at Be'lakor's skill tree, melee attack and armor for all non-demonic, all demonic non-flying units. But then it's okay. I say that, but now he's one of them that actually does buff them. Okay, so yeah, the Doomfire one is all non-demon units. All non-demon units. All non-demon units. So there's very little things that they do to buff actual demon units. But this one is like your... Mortfire would be like your Cinch units. And then this is your... like, but just looking at the buffs, like this is your demon melee buff. Armor and charge bonus. That's crap. Not going to do a missile army with Be'lakor, so Warpfire is useless. But melee attack +8, that's really good. Weapon strength, melee defense, or melee. It says melee attack, but then has the defense like logo with it, so that's interesting. And then ammunition and missile strength. Like it's just better to go with non like demon units. So. Again, this is why I think of this as like a Regiment of Renown pool, where if you need a demon army, you can get one. I actually have to pay for it, but at least you can get one. Can even do it in March stance. I think so.
The first Demon Prince.
And then if we go to the gifts here, yeah, like replenishment rate, melee attack +8 for Marauders. And like they're like this, that one's like basic. You can get that for every Champions of Chaos. That's just really good. Like all of these other ones, like Chaos Furies, who cares? Fear, who cares? The experience wouldn't be a terrible thing, but you can't get it right away. Plus, once you get a certain technology, you get that from Marauder units anyway. And really, that's like Marauders are just so much. There's just so many things you can do to make them stronger. Like you don't need to worry about rushing to get like Chaos Warriors or anything like that. But Be'lakor does have access to one Gift of Chaos in each one. It just depends on which one you want to go into. Fun fact. You can. It's crazy. You can full march out of city, then recruit an army. Oh, that's awesome. This. Actually, I want to check and see if anyone has responded. The Bloom of Decay does not work. I noticed that yesterday in my Festus campaign. Yeah, no one has replied yet. Okay, so yeah, the Bloom of Decay, right? Growth per region plus 75 after winning a battle does not work. I fought several battles as Festus the other day, who is at the Brass Keep. So I did the Bloom of Decay right like on turn 1, right? I was like, because there's a lot of fighting you do right initially. So I was like, okay, beat like the first general that you fight, nothing to the settlement. Beat the next one, nothing goes to the settlement. Occupied a settlement, nothing happened. And it, unless I'm missing something, but all it says is after winning a battle, and I won 3 battles, and nothing, not even 1 plus 75 showed up. So hopefully they get back to me on that so I can let you guys know. But yeah, it's actually not worth getting that at this time. Okay, so I do want to do the melee attack and casualty replenishment rate. Don't need that. Would really like to get that, but obviously can't. Do we even need anything else from the get-go? I don't know if we do or not. But yeah, I noticed the Cinch's eyeball follows you. Yeah. If he had barrier, that'd be cool, or more spells, but plus we don't have that many souls to begin with, so just leave it at that.
The Dark Master.
This would actually I would like to get this deadly transmissions. Replenishment in foreign territory would be amazing. That way we could go into ambush stance or, encampment. So let's do that one. And then in 3 turns, or in like another turn, we can just switch it.
Call me Master.
But yeah, I don't think there's anything else we can do. We do have a vassal right here. But then after that, we need to decide whether to go north or just straight south. But over the intern, I will be right back. I'm going to run to the restroom, but then I will be right back with the stream, guys. Just one moment. Alright, I'm back, guys. So this is for likes only me in chat. People have come in and out. Yeah, about up to about like 4 or 5 minutes ago, there were like 3 or 4 people here. People have come in and out, which, granted, this is my first time ever streaming at this time. Most of the people that end up watching my streams are usually, it's like 11 a.m. my time. But I want to start doing it this time just to try and catch a different audience and get more people. So we'll see how it goes. It could end up being where, you know, streaming at this time isn't worth for me to do it. Like, I have no idea, you know. Okay, cool. So that one battle gave me 2 uses. Okay.
By the light of the lady.
Interesting. I had no luck streaming. Yeah. Which, you know, like, right, like, right now doesn't work best for me during, like, so this is where I'm in a pickle. During the weekdays, I have no good times to stream because I can't stream as long as I want if I stream in the morning because obviously I have to go to work. But when I get off work, everyone in the U.S. and in the, like, Europe in general is either asleep already or getting ready to go to bed, typically. So, like, it does me no good to stream at, like, 4 or 5 p.m. my time because, like, on my YouTube analytics, everyone that usually watches, like, my streams or VODs are up between, like, my time, I'm saying, which is why I'm doing it right now. They're on YouTube watching Total War stuff from, like, 4 a.m. till, like, 2 p.m. And then from, like, 3:30 till, like 7 or 8 o'clock, it's just dark. Like, it's, like, light pink or, you know, like, a lot of activity is what YouTube uses. And it's just black. Like, there's just no activity at all on YouTube for people watching my content later in the afternoon, which is when I get off. So, like, in the morning, I'm hoping, you know, I'm able to catch more people. It's going to take, I would say, at least a week, at least 2 weeks maybe, you know, for people to maybe catch on and see that I am streaming in the morning. Because, obviously, like, right now is usually when Legend is streaming. So obviously, you know, it's gonna, during the weekdays, I'm not gonna get rated or anything because I have to go to work or anything like that. But it's just something I want to try out. If it ends up not working, you know, that's totally fine. But if it ends up working, it's something I would like to continue. You know, streaming, like, during the weekdays anyway, like streaming in the morning, playing in my own time in the afternoon, and then on the weekend streaming at a different time. Just to be able to reach more of you guys. Plus, I'm streaming more. I'm getting more live streams out, more VODs out, that kind of thing. So all of it's good stuff.
I am the blood of Gilles.
So I'm not sure what to do. I want to put another rift down just so I can teleport, right? But the thing is, I don't want to do it to the south. I prefer to do it up here to the north. Because the Chaos or the Norskin territories are where I'll have more, like, Dark Fortress sites, which is where I can build, you know, more buildings, more money, that kind of thing. Where down here, I'll be able to occupy them, but I won't be able to, like, grow them, and they don't really provide me any money or any real use. You know, it's just basically to go down there and conquer them, which, that's great, but I feel like you need a good foundation first.
Harbinger.
Alright. Good. Okay. Now get rid of you. See, the next time we do it, I'll be able to pop this one down, and we'll actually be able to get deadly transmission. My old modem bricked, and the ISP gave us a hunk of junk. Oh, that's... Yeah, we had to upgrade our internet, too. Okay, good. Come into their territory. Ooh, they got trolls. See, it's weird because trolls and like Spawn of Sinch are actually good in the game. Like, in my opinion, they're actually useful in the game. Irritable Badger, hey, welcome to the stream, man. Normally just a looker, never say anything, but just wanted to say hi for the first time and thanks for keeping me entertained while I'm at work. Hey, no problem. I'm glad to have you here, man. Welcome to the stream. I hope you stick around. I hope you'll come back for more content. Cause yeah, that is one thing. If you have not already, Village can, one of his manifestations, I think, you can get like 3 Spawn of Sinch, plus obviously playing like a Sinch faction, you get Barrier, and then he has an ability that buffs the replenishment of the barrier very quickly. So it's kind of weird where, you know, the Spawn of Sinch who are unbreakable, they actually do a good amount of damage and they have barrier. There's just a lot of units like that in Warhammer 2 you're like, oh, you know, like whatever, you know, like would never use them, but now you're like, you know, they're worth checking out at least. Yeah, depending on the region they change. If I look at them or hover, so it'll tell you where they're found. So like trolls are found in mountain, wasteland, or chaos waste climates with high chaos, undivided corruption, and then it just tells you, you know, how many you can get, 1 out of 1, and the percentage chance of it actually appearing. So it's kind of like what they did, or what Rakarth's mechanic is, like, you know, getting beasts around the world. You just have to fight in certain climates to get those units, kind of thing. But yeah, Chaos Trolls, Forsaken, Spawn of Sinch with some Sinch Barrier. Very, very good. Very powerful. Yeah, it's really cool. That's what I mean. Like yesterday, I played 4 factions, 10 turns, and it took me like 5.5, 6 hours to get through that. Just because I was like learning everything, I was trying out different units, you know, all of that stuff. I wasn't like messing around with it just to see what I can do, but I was just like testing different things out. I will say, I was never expecting to be able to use Marauders. It was not something I, you know, came into Immortal Empires being like, Marauders, like, fuck yeah. The Path of Glory stuff is really cool. These are things you unlock and just immediately get. Which here, Cedro, since you were the this, I almost spelled your name wrong. Oh, why didn't it work? There he goes. There he goes. Alright. Do I want to occupy this? So this is another thing you can do. Sorry, I'm trying to think of how I want to do it. So you don't really make money out of settlements unless it's a dark fortress. So like when you take, so the reason why it has this Van Heimling like icon, anytime you see an icon like this, you know, by a settlement when playing the Champions of Chaos, that's if you take it, you can gift that settlement to this faction. You can occupy it for yourself, obviously, but you can also just gift it to your vassal. Because like you really don't get any benefit from owning, you know, any settlement other than a Dark Fortress site. But we'll fight the battle and I'll think about it. Oh, 100%. We'll keep him alive, I promise you. I got my little bit of Mountain Dew and then a coffee to wake me up. But yeah, I'm very excited. Obviously, I'm excited, you know, to play the game. I'm excited for the channel and see what it does in terms of growth. I'm hoping, you know, streaming earlier in the day during the week helps bring people to the channel and whatnot. I like to think I bring something new to the table that that other streamers, you know, every streamer kind of has their own like little niche that they do. I think mine being, you know, especially for the Irritable Badger, if you're still here, I appreciate you being here. I think mine is I just play it for fun. You know, I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to, you know, discover a lot of things. I'm not trying to exploit it. I don't do many guide videos for the game. I just play the game because I enjoy it. You know, like I'll mess around. I'll try a few things, see if things work. If they don't work, you know, who cares? I won't do it again. You know, it's just I just try and have fun with it and enjoy it. You know, if I mess up, I mess up. You know, it's part of the game. If still here, Baja Mango and Baja Gold. That sounds you know what the worst ones? The worst one is the... Which it sounds dumb because it's technically still Mountain Dew. But the Mountain Dew Zero Sugar, puke. Do not get it. Do not get it. It is... It's basically drinking flat Mountain Dew. Like, warm, flat Mountain Dew is what the, like, regular Mountain Dew, Zero Sugar, tastes like. It is absolutely awful. I don't know what they did to it. I don't know, obviously, you know, their brewing ideas behind it, but oh my god, does it taste like absolute ass. It's so bad. I got it once because I was like, oh, like, you know, I really like pop, but I don't like. Sometimes I still want some like I didn't want the sugar, but I still wanted more caffeine. So I was like, yeah, I won't get Diet Mountain Dew. I'll get the Mountain Dew Zero Sugar because it's supposed to be regular Mountain Dew, you know, without being Diet Mountain Dew. So I was like, all right, let's go for it. And oh my god, it's absolutely terrible. It tastes so bad. Like it's so bad. But that, because I was just gonna say, because like Coke Zero does it and it's really good. I really like the Pepsi Zero Sugar. Like that stuff tastes really good. You know, they obviously, you know, Pepsi can do it because they've done it with Pepsi. But Mountain Dew, they just flopped on it. It tastes like bunghole.
Call me Dark Master.
Alright, you guys need to push through.
Shadow magic.
There we go. There we go. Can you guys not beat some frickin' blue horrors?
Get them. Chaos, the only
Get rid of this tower, please. Oh, it's connected to that one. Alright, they're smart. I'll give them that. He's taking too much of a beating. Go snipe him. Because he's doing a lot of damage. He should be able to win against a generic lord. And he is. But not before he just absolutely wrecks my army. He's still not doing the best, even on hard difficulty. Man, he did quite a bit of damage. Pyrrhic victory. How is that Pyrrhic? I lost less than 10% of my forces. Whatever. Whatever. I mean, he went in there with, like, half health anyway. But it's fine. It's fine. One thing going back, like, to... one thing that is interesting is, like, when you're thinking of occupying... or, like, giving the settlement to your vassal... whether you give the settlement to your vassal or not, the blasted standard, missile resistance, missile block chance plus 12. That's not too bad. Yeah, I'll put it on him. So like if I occupy it, great. If I subjugate it, I get another, vassal. But if I give it to the Vanna Heimlings here, I still technically control the province, so I can still put an edict down. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is give it to him.
Suck it.
And I still own the province because I technically own them. And then, what edicts does he have? So Chaos Corruption. Hero Recruit Rank. I mean, the construction cost is good, but the -4 control is not. Excuse me. I guess just do the Chaos Corruption for now.
Belacor.
Alright.
The first damned.
Good. Alright, they are costing me a lot.
Is all that matters.
And I'm not using them at all. So, goodbye.
Master.
I would like to pick up the Hell Cannon. I'm kind of saving the Hell Cannon for a as-needed basis.
I am unstoppable.
Not necessarily something I like am wanting to get like immediately kind of thing. Alright, now I need to decide. Do I go south? Because if I go south, I can stop like, Bretonia and everyone from getting super strong. But I could also go to the north and get a bunch of vassals. And get more Dark Fortress sites and build up my own empire that way. Which I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to save it. We're going to call it Shadow Legion Decision. Oh. And then I'll just keep saving it on like this one here. But if I decide to like come back to it, I'll keep playing it on this one too. That way I can have like essentially two different campaigns going on where like, oh, I can go south with that one if I want, or go back north. Let's see.
That is how I. All goes to plan. March.
Turn 2. I know, right? I've noticed that. I was like, wow, an hour in, I'm only on turn 2.
Victory is all that matters.
Yeah, come back over here.
Wins. I wait.
Take a few turns to get there, but that's okay. Dude, this was literally the pace I was going at last night. Which normally, I mean, Cedro's been here a while, but the Mr. I'm just gonna call you Mr. Badger. Typically, you know, because my streams are fairly small, as you can tell. You know, like my streams, they'll end up getting their views on the VODs and whatnot afterwards, really, unless it's the weekend. But a lot of it is I'm usually like 30-40 turns in by like the 3 or 4 hour mark. 31B Cooler, welcome to the stream, man. Just can't wait for the weekend to play this with my friend the Dwarf Shell rule again. Hey, very, very, very cool. This is a shitty event. But I don't want to rebuild my buildings. Take the Winds of Magic. Yeah, it's good to have you. Good to have you here, 31B Cooter. Hopefully you'll stick around and check more of the stream out today. Let's see. Let's do. I don't have enough because it's going down by 50, right? Yeah, that's okay. But yeah, it's good to have you guys here. I think I want to give not Grombrindle. I want to give Ungrum another chance, because in Warhammer 2 I didn't really play Ungrum a whole lot, but I'm more tempted to try him out now. More so, I'm actually just excited to use Dwarven Infantry. You know, I did a lot of, you know, missile units only.
The first demon.
In my first campaigns as Dwarf. Why did it take 2 turns to get there? And now that melee infantry is a little more viable, I'm very excited to try them out on Immortal Empires. Alright. That's fine. Alright, what do we want? Tech diplomacy. Nope. Okay. There's nothing really. Construction time 20% isn't bad. Oh. My friend and I are going to co-op too. We're doing Valkyrie and Tauros though. A Beauty and the Beast sort of thing. Ooh, that'd be really cool. I'm not going to be building that much. I don't know. I'm not done with that. I'm just going to leave it there for now.
The first damned. So many snowflakes.
The Cinch units though are really good too. The Marauder like upgrades for all of these guys are so freaking good.
Frozen hearts.
Like with Cinch, you get barrier and magical attack, which makes them really strong. Slanesh, you just get speed, which Slanesh ones I think are definitely the weaker one of the two. But Nurgle, excuse me, they just become tanks, and Khorne they obviously just do a bunch of damage. So I don't know what I want to do. But yeah, like look at 11,000 hit points, 9,000, 10,000 hit points for Marauders compared to their like 9,300.
Shadows overcome ice.
Could do it with siege. Give them a barrier. Alright. Tell you what. Let's actually do siege. And give them some barrier. Yeah. Let's come down this way. Oh, shit. Sorry. This way. Mark of siege. Sorry. Mark of siege. Cooldown 5 turns for the curse. In which we have 3 uses of this. So let's target this area. Because I'll be able to do it again somewhere else. And I have 15 turns, so yeah. Good. Now I can put, you know, once I hit, or like, reach another lord up here, I can teleport to this one when I want to.
Lord of Shadows.
What do they got here? 5. Ooh. So yeah, don't do it this turn. Do it next turn, and we'll grab some more units. But yeah, welcome everyone to the stream, and thank you guys for being here. I appreciate the newer people to the stream. That's kind of what I was hoping for. Streaming early in the morning, so I hope you guys stick around. I hope you enjoy it. Really, my main purpose really is just to enjoy the game, to have fun, interact with you guys. You know, I don't play on the hardest difficulty, but I play where it's challenging for me, where you know it gives the AI a little bit of a bonus, but not too much to the point where I want to kill myself. Yep, we'll upgrade that. So I hope you guys will stick around. I hope you'll enjoy it.
Are you here to negotiate?
Fuck no, I'm here to kill you. But yeah, welcome everyone to the stream. Alright.
Master.
You gonna die, clown. We need to be careful with him.
Destroy.
Ooh. Garbage. Garbage for now. No. We don't need them. Just yet. But we'll jump on in. I kind of think, I like to think I'm sort of like I'm like in between, not in terms of a playing ability, like just knowledge of the game and everything and lore and that stuff, but I like to think I'm in between like a koi and legend. Or I'm like a koi in the sense where I want to have fun with the game. I want to have fun interacting with you guys. You know, I just want to. If I make mistakes, I make mistakes. You know, but I don't play on the hardest difficulties because that's not what I enjoy. But I also, like legend, I want to make smart decisions. I want to make decisions that allow me to make a better and stronger campaign. But I'm also not trying to like use a bunch of exploits or a bunch of cheese all the time and stuff like that, and that's fine. But that's kind of where I feel like I fit in. You know, it just takes time building that channel, because you know, like you have everyone has their own niche, and I could never like kudos to all the other streamers and content creators, like legend playing on legendary and just stuff like that. I could never do that. I mean, I have done it. I just really do not enjoy it like at all. So, you know, so kudos to him for being able to play like that and enjoy it, because I definitely could not. And finding all of the cheeses and exploits. You know, Mercy the Mad has his like science stuff, which again, like I just don't have the patience for that stuff. You know, like that's why I think all of that stuff is amazing and cool, because like most of that stuff I never even think of it. I'm like, you know, like I just play the game for fun. I'm like, oh, like this looks cool, like let's mess with this, let's see how, you know, let's see how strong I can make that kind of thing. but it's never something where I'm like, you know, where I like dive in and play a campaign in a certain way just to test something to its extreme. Like, that's really cool. I really like what Dame Offensive is doing with the tower videos. I think that's really cool. You know, everyone just has their own like little specific thing they focus on, and I think that's awesome. And everyone's, you know, everyone's just really good at focusing on what they do really well, and I think that's really cool. Mainly because I don't think you find that in a lot of, not just Total War, but like gaming communities. You know, I don't think there's too much of that happening. Yeah, I'm somewhere in between a rock with a clown make. Oh, that backfired. All right. Somewhere in between a rock with clown makeup painted on it and then you. Hey, it's all right. The biggest thing, and this is my thing. The biggest thing is making sure you have fun. Because when I first started playing Total War and like streaming Warhammer, I was like playing on the hardest difficulties because I thought, you know, if I was gonna stream, you know, that's what I was gonna have to do. You know, I was gonna have to, you know, just grip it and deal with it, and just, you know, because that's how I thought I was gonna get viewers. And you know, it worked for about 2 weeks, and then I was like, in my streams, I could tell I was just getting like pissed off, you know, a lot faster. I was getting more annoyed. I wasn't enjoying it because I wasn't enjoying the game, you know. And so that's why I was like, you know, fuck it. I'm gonna play the game because I actually want to play the game because I enjoy the game. So for that, you know, just for the newer people that are here, again, I appreciate you all being here. I hope you come back. I hope you're enjoying it. But that's just kind of a very short and brief description of what I'm trying to make this channel become. Because on top of that, I think the other reason why I kind of have that mindset going in is because I want it also to be a place where, you know, you could have 10,000 hours into the game, or you could have 30 minutes into the game. I just want anyone to be able to come to the stream and be able to ask a question, and, you know, someone be able to help them, whether it's me or someone in the chat or whatever it may be. Just from personal experience, I've had chats, you know, which obviously, you know, to a certain extent, like, even on a smaller stream, you know, I ask people that they don't spam or do stuff like that, which I've never had that issue. Y'all have been great. But, you know, for some other things, it's just, I've been on live streams, I've been on forums, chat board, you know, whatever, where, like, when I first started playing, you know, Warhammer 2 and other games, you know, I was asking, you know, the noob questions. I'm like, hey, how does this work? And it's funny to tell someone to get good when you know the person and you know the other person is just, you know, messing with you, that kind of thing. But when you have people that are just, like, doing it to be rude because they don't want to take the time to actually help you, because, like, surprise, surprise, not everybody starts out as a master of a game. Everyone starts at the same place, you know, when it comes to a new game, and that is being a noob. You know, whether you've played Total War your whole life or whatever game you know, the type of games your whole life, you know, you're not gonna know a brand new game inside and out. And so I would go to, you know, forums or live chats because I was like, oh, like, someone's streaming, cool, I'll go ask them a question. And then I would go there and basically just I would literally get bullied. You know, more or less being called a idiot because I didn't know how something functioned. I mean, and this was a long time ago. This wasn't with Warhammer recently, but it was more of some other Total War games back a few years ago, where this was happening to me, and I just after that I was like, you know, like, fuck people, because there weren't at that time a lot of channels focusing on that. And so when I finally had the means to, you know, to to have my own like computer, you know, and be able to stream. That's really what I wanted my channel to become, is a place where, you know, basically just a place where, you know, if someone new to a game comes to a stream, someone with, you know, X amount of hours in the game will nicely and calmly explain to them a mechanic that they have a question about without making them feel like an idiot. Which I think the community is shying away from that kind of behavior. It's still there from time to time, but I still think it's something that's like up and coming into like streamers. You know, like when I was growing up, or like really getting into the like Total War scene, which was like 20. I mean, I played Rome Total War back in the early, like, mid-2000s when it came out. But, like, when I, like, really got into it, right? I really got into it, and I started actually watching, like, YouTube videos and whatnot. Everything was, you know, like every guide you saw or tutorial or everything was playing on the hardest level, right? No matter what, like, if you're going to make a video on something, it had to be on the hardest level, or else people just, you know, wouldn't care, you know, for the most part. And I think it's a good thing that it's you know, it's shying away from that, because obviously not everybody is playing on the extreme highest difficulties, because not everyone's going to enjoy that. Hey Vacoma, welcome to the stream. You know, some people do, and that's great. I could never do that.
Find what I
Did I
need.
just lose?
Scour.
Oh, I almost lost my volume there for a little bit. Alright, we're coming right here. So he's sitting right in there.
Lord of Shadows.
Now in War with your hardest difficulty is normal. Yeah. I just do hard still.
The slaughter begins.
It's where I still have the most fun. Ooh. No, get Pit of Shades. Pit of Shades will make him so much stronger.
Glory. Move now. Here we stay. Drawing back.
Cause yeah, next turn I can recruit some more units if I need to.
The gods were wrong.
But yeah, he's definitely sitting right there. I wonder, can you make your vassals give you gifts?
Speak straight to business. Where shall we raid
Sure.
next? The long certainty. Straight to business.
No, you can't.
Where
Okay.
shall we raid next?
You can also obviously occupy this, like sack and occupy it, and then sell it to them. That's fine. Good, that's going up to tier 2. These buildings are very expensive, so we need to save some money for that.
God Maker.
And let's just see if he ends up coming down here. Yeah, welcome everyone who's joining the stream. It's good to have you guys here. Welcome. I have noticed, I don't think it's going to be something that sticks around in Immortal Empires. I've seen games do this in the past where oh man, they got a mammoth. They essentially like dumbed down the game on like the first, like, I know it's patch 2.0, but this is Immortal Empires 1.0. You know, in terms of obviously its initial release. So I've seen companies and games do that before, where they just make the AI more passive initially, because they're still trying to get like the fundamentals of the game and everything polished before they just make the AI obscenely like powerful. Like think of it this way. Like, I personally would rather have a more passive AI when learning a new game, you know, like new faction mechanics, new, whether it's in this case, the champion, like the different types of authority you're gaining, the unholy manifestations, the gifts of chaos, you know, how you want to level up your lord, like just playing new factions. You know, I don't want to play the dwarves. You know, say I've never played the dwarves before. I don't want to play a new faction as the dwarves and have 20 armies of greenskins coming at me by turn 30 or whatever it may be, and like 10, you know, 5 armies of Waws coming at me with double armies. You know, because that's just going to make me never want to play the dwarves again, because it's an absolute fucking nightmare. Like, you know, that's just going to deter me from never playing those types of factions again. Why did level 3 Warfric have a regiment of renowned mammoth? I was kind of thinking that too. How the fuck did he get access to that? Especially because they have this ability. 40% ward save.
Take heed.
Do I get a skull cannon for this?
That's laughable.
Because I don't know what else he I would imagine it's just marauders. But one thing we can do is just creep in.
Fool!
They have metal magic.
The first. There will be no.
I can afford all this. I'm not worried about that. Not sure how long it'll be. Gotta do a bit of guard work. No problem, Cedro. No problem. Oh, sorry. I didn't see when I was growing up. I was smaller than I am now. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't see that, Cedro. But have fun doing some yard work, my friend.
Driven.
Yeah. It's actually a good point. That's for the mammoth. That can be just to hold the line. How many is that? That's 5. I don't really need anything else, I don't think. Yeah, they already put it in my favor after that. And then also get more magic. We just need to be careful with him because he doesn't have much health. But I think that's enough. Yeah. So what do they got? They have 2 mammoths. 5 out of 5. They have 6 mammoths. What the hell? And he's got his, yeah, Sea Fang ability. So we need to be careful for that. What? Yeah, that's very true. It could just be like an AI bonus that they, you know, get. They completed a quest. But why is it 5 out of 5? Is the mammoth quest they get 5 freaking mammoths? It says we'll win and we won't lose anything if I auto it. Obviously, we'll take a shit ton of damage. Well, let's pop in a proper save and just see what happens. I'm curious to see if that's just like a typo, you know, where it's 5 out of 5, or if they actually get, or if they've actually buffed that and they get 5 mammoths now instead of maybe that's something they did, you know, to make Norska even stronger, was to make their like Norscan hunting mechanic more powerful. You know? You go hunting for a mammoth and you come back with 5. Because if they have essentially 6 mammoths, I don't know how auto-resolve is saying that we're going to win. I really don't. Because the problem will be, like, just fighting it manually, I don't know how we would deal with it. Because the 6 mammoths you know, potentially here in a few seconds. We'll just get into our lines and break our formation, and then the other troops are just gonna, you know, beat us down while the mammoths are getting a bunch of kills. What the fuck? I mean, they are smaller. Because, like, this one mammoth has, like, 13,000 health, right? But then these 5 share, like, 13,000. So they're technically weaker. Technically. But it's still 5 fucking mammoths. Oh boy. Okay. And with him having Sea Fang, I do not know how Auto Resolve deems us winning this. It's in my favor. They'll charge me because I do have the Hell Cannon. I do have Peak Horrors. But yeah, they're just gonna plow through my line. Fuck it, let's try it. Do they have any missile units? Cav. They have Cav. Because, yeah, we can't blob up because they have Searing Doom. And they have Sea Fang. Alright. Alright. Do we do a checkered board formation? I think we do. Alright. Okay. Put the Nurgle units up front just because they have a shit ton of health. Okay. But then turn these guys on guard mode. I need to... Alright, put you back here. Put you there. You guys are going to come in right here. I need to try and get the... I need to try and get the mammoth to charge me early. But we'll see how it goes. The thing is, I can try it, and if it works, great. And if it doesn't, you know, I can just be lazy and just auto it. And they're not charging me. Cool. This will just let my magic generate. Because we have no ways to make it generate faster, obviously. So getting a good pendulum cast in here will be really, really useful. Fucking hate. They got essentially 5... They have 5, like, smaller version mammoths that have 30% missile resistance, and they can add 40% ward save. So they're at 70% missile resistance for 22 seconds on 5 units. Fucking hell. Yeah, they buffed the fuck out of that. So they got... I wonder if they still have the... like the war shrine, like the major, like the huge like war shrine one. Where do these guys need to go? I don't know. Really just... These guys just kind of need to flank, so I kind of just keep them on standby. But yeah, welcome everyone to the stream. Just... I know this is boring, but I'm just letting my magic generate, because once I start casting stuff, I'm not going to be able to generate basically anything. But holy balls, that is... Like, good on CA for changing some stuff, but... What the fuck? I don't know if that's just lucky or something that Wolfric gets early on. Because... Obviously, the player's not going to get that on turn 3. Yeah. Being spread out is good too. That way it won't completely wreck too many units. Excuse me. But yeah, welcome guys to the stream. It's good to have you guys here. Don't forget, hope you guys are enjoying the content. And if you are, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. This will be my first live stream like early in the morning for me. I started about an hour and a half ago. So I'll usually be... So it's 6:40 a.m. my time here in Alaska. And so I plan on during the weekdays to stream from like 5 a.m. till like 7:45ish, 7:30 in the morning, just to get some more content out now that Immortal Empires is out. I hope to see more of you guys. So I do appreciate you all being here. And feel free, like I know I talk a lot, but feel free, if you want to in the chat, talk about things, where it's IE or campaigns you're trying in your own time or whatever it may be. Feel free to talk about it there. That way you don't have to always just listen to my lovely voice, because I know it's just beautiful. All right, let's see what they do. So for 11 wins, we got not quite 5,000. And for 5...
My coronation.
They should charge us here soon. I left my phone in my pocket. I've done half of the work. I've been listening. Yeah, it's... Maybe they had it before. I don't know. But I don't remember them getting a 5 Mammoth Regiment of Renown. So, it'd be really good if we had Pit of Shades here. Maybe it's something they added in. I have no idea. I wonder if it'll be worth just casting the Mystifying Miasma spell. Let's check it out. So, for what? For one cast of that, 11 wins, I got about 5,000 damage. One cast of 5 wins. Let's see how much I do. Because it was at like 4,700. It's about 1,000. Yeah. See, the thing is, even doing like... Just have him shoot infantry. Because even doing that much damage, the Mammoth has so much health. He's just... He's gonna essentially, literally blow his load on one Mammoth and not even kill anything. However, that is really good on the Horsemen. I'm just not too worried about them.
Shadow coil. I am all gold.
That was good. Got quite a bit of damage already. Ooh, I wonder if we can snipe Wolfric.
Shadow Lord.
Yeah. Still not really a good use of my ammo, in my opinion.
I am eternal. Feed me soul.
I really don't know why they're moving so slow at me. Like, if I had missile units, this would be amazing. But I don't.
At once.
I'm not anti-large, am I? No, you are not.
What?
You're very strong.
Now.
You are very strong, Cedro, but no, you are not, you're not anti-large.
Now. I seek.
Need to get rid of the berserkers. That's fine. Attack, cast your magic on units that have tons of health. I'm fine with that. I do need to get rid of their metal sorcerer.
To shadow. This serves.
Good. They're being fairly stupid. Alright. Shoot the mammoths.
I fly. Spell casting. Belacon. Get them. Yes.
Alright. Kill the Pharaoh Mammoth. He's more of a threat.
Play.
Kill the Southerners!
Here's the orders.
Just keep moving around. Waste this guy's ammo. He's only got a few more shots left.
Bring carnage!
Good call, Vekoma, by the way, on getting the pink hordes. That was definitely a good decision. Very, very good advice. Thank you. Alright, pull these guys out.
Come then.
Come on, keep shooting him. Let's get another.
Shadow magic. You will run.
Alright, now you guys need to shoot those mammoths.
Lord of torment.
Chaos!
I think we're getting this. Just get rid of that mammoth.
Exalted hero.
Because he won't be able to recruit any of these guys for a very long time. Okay, that mammoth is gone. Good. Those thing, did they? Oh, I thought they were regenerating. I was like, are you kidding me? Alright, hold your fire. Just let their, excuse me, let their barrier recharge. And while it's recharging, I'm going to bring them around and flank.
Blade bearers.
Alright, let's get these guys to break.
Enter domain.
And then charge Wolfric.
Southerners!
Actually, get rid of the army.
Chaos, the only master.
Retreat!
Who? Who's your... Oh.
Gods.
It's alright. Oh, shit. Alright, one of you guys need to come back over here.
Exalted hero.
Sorry, Central, you are not strong enough to fight Wolfric by yourself.
Plan. Harbinger.
Shoot. I don't know who to shoot with this. Who's disintegrating? You, that's okay. Alright, good. Victory's in my grasp.
Fight.
No. I think that's the army losses. Fuck yeah.
The dark gods command me.
Alright. I mean, it's definitely going to be a Pyrrhic victory. But get rid of these fuckers.
Feel the power.
Just do... Just kill as many of these guys as we can. Yeah, get that Regiment of Renown just gone off the field. Not off the field. I want them dead. Okay, good. Good stuff. How'd Bellicor do? Yeah, Bellicor didn't get a lot of kills, but did a shit ton of damage. Let's come kill their sorcerer too. If it's just Wolfric, I'm not that worried about it. But we got rid of the mammoth units, which was really good, and also need to get rid of their sorcerer if possible. Not that that does anything now, but one thing I'm very pleasantly surprised with. Azazel's like the Ecstatic Legion. His like fighting animations are kind of like Snicketch, where his stats are really good to start off with, but his attack animations almost always hit. So he does a bunch of damage really early on, which is amazing. Really, really good legendary lord. Hey, close victory! Look at that. We lost 2 units of Nurgle, but that's okay. Damn, look at that. Who did? Yeah, their sorcerer did the most, which we got rid of him. Got rid of the 2 mammoths. And they were in Force March, I guess. I forgot about that. They were in Force March, so it didn't matter. But, just in case the AI gets a free pass and they somehow pull themselves out of Force March stance, well, at least now they won't have 6 mammoths I have to deal with. But that's what I mean though too. Earlier when I was talking about like not like for the champions of chaos, even though you have Bellicor, you have Valkia, like all of them are a specific chaos god. Using non-demonic units, like chaos units, marauders, chosen, whatever it may be, are actually, in my opinion, the better option because of situations like that where your army could be damaged or you're still like trying to recruit like the main army you want. But an army's coming to attack you, and you just have a shitload of demon units that you can just plug in, to your army in situations like this, where an army brings 6 fucking mammoths to the table, that kind of stuff. 29 kills. Was I pooping at the start of it? No. Wolfric was coming at you pretty heavy, so I decided to put you on the back burner. Take the money and the souls, because we're in our own region, so we'll replenish. And good, he got Wolfric's trait, which is really good. Good. Sojo, you have unlocked the path to glory. So now, once we get enough souls, I can either devote you to Khorne or Nurgle, and I will let you pick, Cedril, which one you want. When we get enough souls, that is. So yeah, these are interesting choices. So you basically can make him like the hero, like exalted heroes, stronger themselves, or you can add replenishment rate, which is good. But I really like this one. It gives you the standard die ability. It's just the leadership plus 16, the melee defense of plus 24. Where if you end up fighting in a blob, or not even in a blob, but That's just really good. Plus, for depending on how you wanted to do it, if you did Exalted Hero spams, you could do a little bit of both. It just depends. You could put 2 Exalted Heroes there in the army, do one with this and one with the replenishment rate. It just depends on you. I am going to go with the Chaos Commander, though, because I personally just think that one's better. Because, as you can see, our replenishment rate is fine. Alright. Good. Now we have Pit of Shades. He's just that much better now. And can we reach this next turn? Yes, we can.
Into darkness. I am
good.
Shadow.
Nurgle. I would take more of these, please. Cool. Now, if I look, there we go. I can get it. I obviously just can't afford it right now, which is fine. But yeah, we'll definitely occupy the monolith here, just because it's a fortress. We actually want those. You're a Scarbrand, aren't you? You're a Scarbrand fan. Say that 3 or 4 times fast. This is why I just think going to the north here is the better option. You have more access to your own units. And you get more dark fortresses, which is what you need, in my opinion. Even though you do make a lot of money on post-battle loot. It fucking lied. Well, grab some more replenishment then, I guess. We still got a few turns anyway.
It should have been me.
Now we're good on our troops for now. Those did come in very handy. I think I'll actually hold on to the pink horrors. Check diplomacy. We haven't checked diplomacy in a while, which most of the people are going to hate us. Okay, so this is Wulfric's last settlement. I like Sinesh. Nurgle is my least favorite though. Like Skaven, just too gross for me. Oh, see, I know I 100% will be in the minority, but I personally think Festus out of the I don't really count Bellicor as a champion of chaos because he's just in that group. But personally, I think Festus is the strongest one out of all of the 4. Azazel is just kind of Azazel is different, but he's probably the least exciting ones, I think, for me. Well, sorry, I take that back. Valkia is definitely, I think, the worst one. Her bloodletting, her attributes for bloodletting are not good. Her faction mechanics are, average. And, her Valkia's, special line is nothing crazy. It's something, honestly, a low-level legendary lord is something that I would expect them to get. It's nothing oh my god, she just makes it super fun, super strong. Village, I would say, is number 2. So I would do Festus, Village, Azazel, and then Valkia. Valkia is just a much lesser version of Scarbrand, who isn't as strong as Scarbrand. It's just, if you're gonna play as a Khorne faction, play as Scarbrand. Valkia, her bloodletting, I think, gives you corn corruption and one other attribute that's just absolutely worthless. It's just her weapons, like her shield and her spear, they provide some interesting like passive abilities once you get them. But for the most part, it's just nothing crazy. It's just not fun for me anyway. But Festus, like, Village is really strong because one, he's strong in melee. He's obviously a spell caster because of his brother being attached to him. Has the cinch barrier, has this barrier replenishment ability, passive ability, which is really good. He makes like the Forsaken and the Spawn of Cinch outrageously powerful. Really, really good. Which again, what I was talking about earlier, where Spawn and Forsaken units I would never get in Warhammer 2, and now I've found myself getting them a lot in my campaigns. In my Village campaign, I actually went with a Spawn of Cinch army, just because he buffs them so much. He just, like, it's outrageous on how powerful they are with Village. Really good. But Festus, it's just Festus. You get the best of both worlds. You can become a Mortis engine without being in melee, and you can be a constant healer without being in or out of melee, which maybe they changed that, so you have to be in melee. I don't know. I don't think or hope there are any plans to change something like that at this time. But and it's like a 30-second cooldown in between switching between them. So it's not like you're waiting 90 seconds or anything like that. It's a very quick turnaround. And it's something that's just he's passively doing. You don't have to, you don't really have to time it up that much in the grand scheme of things to get those abilities, to get the ability that you want him to have. It's just, he's really freaking strong. He increases the healing cap of units, so you can heal units longer. And the regeneration, it ends up being like, I think like 8, like health, like hit points per second. So it's really strong. It's just his. One other thing is, I can't believe they did it, but I'm like 90% sure that they buffed the Stream of Corruption spell in the Nurgle lore. It used to take like a quarter. It takes more like a third to a half of a unit's health just on one unovercasted cast of the spell. It is so freaking strong. So I just think, like, for turn 1, and obviously after that he's gonna get stronger, but like right out of the gate, I just don't think the other Champions of Chaos can compare to Festus. He's just so strong right from the get-go. The other lords can get there, but obviously it's going to take a lot longer for them to get there. Man, once he gets his, like, look at those stats, man. He's only like rank 9.
Won't fail. Shadows coil. Feel the power.
But I don't know. That's just me. Like, I definitely don't think I'm going to be in the majority in saying that, just because of how Nurgle plays, which I really like how Nurgle plays. So, from the get-go already, I'm in the minority there. Which is fine. But I just think there's some things that Festus definitely does better than Kugath. It's a very fun campaign. I highly recommend it. Even if you're not a Nurgle fan, Sedgwill, I would recommend giving it a go. Just because there are a lot of things that you can do in that campaign that you can't necessarily do in Kugas. Good cast. Yeah, I'm guessing it's just something like the mammoth. I'm guessing it's just something that the AI gets, being the AI kind of thing. Because that would seem a little, you know, if CA's really on the, you know, disable the overpoweredness for the player. I feel like getting mammoths on turn 3 at rank 3 is a little overpowered, you know. Especially if he starts out with one, like, hey, if he starts out with a mammoth, what can make him even stronger? I don't know. Let's give him, you know, five more weaker mammoths, but still 5 more mammoths on turn 3 as well. You know, because fuck it. Why not? Alright, go shoot that tower. It's being a pain in the ass. So, Sidro's taking a little bit of damage here. Let's pull him out a little bit. But Sedro, you're doing good, man. You got 94 kills this time. So far. No, come to the sides. Yeah, Be'lakor is just a freaking... I can't wait till he starts getting his regeneration ability, too. He's gonna be so freaking good. Pit of Shades is actually cheaper. Found it. Give him all the mouse. Oh, 100%. Good cast.
At once. Swiftly.
Alright, you go kill that. I wish their damage wasn't friendly. Or, was friendly. I just have them shoot right into this lovely area. Alright, yep, charge into him. Good. Good, victory's in my grasp. I think it gave me a Pyrrhic victory. I think it is dumb though, like, auto-resolve will be like, oh yeah, Pyrrhic victory, high, you know, high damage, you know, whatever. And then you'll go into the battle and the bar's like, you know, right here. And it's like, okay. That just tells me that the AI Creative Assembly is just trying to prevent people from being lazy, and they're like, hey, if you want to, you know, auto resolve this, fine, but we're gonna make you pay for it. Where if you take the time to actually fight it, you'll be rewarded because it's really not that hard of a fight, kind of thing. Which I get it, you know, I do. But at the same time, I don't feel like I get why they do stuff like that, but at the same time, I don't think it's fair to penalize the player for wanting to auto-resolve, you know, say an easy fight, and then, you know, auto-resolve, and then take half of their units, take half of their health from it, just because they wanted to auto-resolve it, to save time. Like, that doesn't make sense. Alright, let's get them to rout. It's actually been fairly useful. Alright, shoot. You already did. Okay, good. Alright. You need to... Look at that bloodied up boy. Right. Well, that was like with the mammoth battle. I was like, there's no way I win this. You know, granted, it was much easier than I had anticipated. But, you know, there are some scenarios where, like, I've even seen, like, other streamers where they're like, yeah, there's, you know, auto-resolve is, you know, giving you a close defeat. But then you go in and you're like, no, this is super easy. Or other times where you go in, you know, you're looking at it and it gives you a victory, like a close or a Pyrrhic victory or whatever. And you're like, there's absolutely no way that I would win this. at all, and so you just take the auto resolve. You know, like it's so like back and forth where it just doesn't make sense. That's where I'm confused on is like how does CA have this programmed where some scenarios you're like, yeah, there's absolutely no way I'll take the auto, but then like this battle, Pyrrhic victory, medium casualties, which we're taking like damage across the board, but it's evenly. But like I don't think, other than the first fight in the campaign, like on turn 1, I don't think we've been at full health since then.
Yes.
So it may just be the fact that my army's damaged, and they're like, yeah, this guy's gonna take, Pyrrhic victory just because he's damaged, kind of thing. Alright, they're all broken. Give me the army losses, please. There we go.
This serves. That's what the masters bid.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, I really want to get, like, the Nurgle variant is good. Sorry, for like Marauders, but I'm tempted to try the Marauders with Cinch just so they get magical attack as well as some barrier. I have noticed, like, the optimization at the end of, like, load times, right when it gets, like, to this last 5%, it has issues still, but overall, even playing in my own time, I have noticed, like, battle loading times do take a little longer. How much money did we get from that? Oh, didn't even tell me. Occupy. Goodbye. 14. Okay. So do I don't even know. But I would like growth and money.
The first damned.
Ooh. Magical attacks is nice.
The slaughter begins.
Good.
Skill acquired.
Right. We just need to keep smashing stuff so we keep getting more, souls. Sorry. Words are hard. Alright, let's remove this one. And just keep this there for now. What are the better variants? Okay, we're using that. Okay, that's not that worth it. Wow. Could go from 50 to 100. No. That's not too bad. That'll be really useful to get lords until we decide to like opt them out to like choose a path kind of thing. So that would be really useful for that. But yeah, other than that, there's not too many things in there that I'm too crazy about, I guess. But alright, let's see. What commandment do I want to put down? None of these are really that great. Yeah. Well, I plan on moving out of here, though, is the other problem. Yeah, I guess that one. Not sure. No, I haven't gotten. I haven't gotten any items, and the ones I have gotten are on Bellacore. But all right. All right. Longship Graveyard is down there. Ooh, 10 units. What can I pick up here? Okay.
The first
Get more Marauders and Trolls.
harbinger.
But let's just move on. Sorry to stress a little bit. Alright. Who will be our next victim? Because what will be nice is we have a teleport, you know, a shadow location here and here. And I plan on just basically keep going north. And, you know, we can come back south if we want. Or just go over there and basically make it like a This Is Total War campaign. And just start declaring war on everybody so we can just start farming souls like crazy. Yeah, we got the money, so go for it. Ooh, let the Candyman be my victim. That's right. No, we don't need that. Do we need walls? Ooh, we can get aspiring champions. It's not under any threat. We haven't met anybody to the west. Plus, this will give us a hero. Or like a sorcerer. And I would like to get a fire one. And that increases our income from our buildings by 30%. So yeah, go with that. And then he'll just have to play catch up somehow. Alright. So they got 21 units sitting in here. They have an aspiring champion unit.
Take heed. Move now.
Okay, he's not there. Let's keep it that way. That way we can take this next turn. And let's...
Northmen, straight to business. Where shall we raid next? The longships are ready.
Okay, you can't just demand money from them. That's okay. Let's move on. But yeah, for, you know, having 240 some factions, you know, still in the game, the end turns go pretty quickly. Because really it's like the first, like, 100 where, you know, you're going to have some major factions, and then after that it's like all of the, you know, you get all the question marks. So all like the placement holders, all the minor settlement, or rebels, or not rebels, just like the minor factions that, you know, aren't going to really be around for very long. And then of course at the end you have the Norskin tribes, but as you can tell, like, the end times really aren't that bad. Good. So we got a pretty good income coming in.
God Maker. You may think that. I am Shadow.
Look at that. Holy hell. 110 weapon strength. Unreal. 10% chance.
Shadows overcome ice.
Yeah, it's fine. Go into a camp stance. That way we keep replenishing. I was a little upset that we couldn't reach there. Alright. So they have one. So yeah, we'll gift that. Ooh, what we do is we take this, hold on to it, take the Doom Keep, and then at the last settlement we vassalize it and give it to them. That way we get another vassal. Because again, I don't really want the minor, like, small settlements because they don't really do anything for us to a great extent anyway. Plus that way we basically just have a little bit of a buffer where we'll end up using, you know, our vassals as kind of our line of defense instead of our own settlements.
All goes to plan.
Just in case another one pops up.
I am the harbinger.
Time to see how good these guys are.
Mine. The Dark Master.
You're dead. Yeah, I don't trust
Yes.
auto resolve. It's making a shit ton of money. Is there anything for growth I can do there? No. Okay. It's just gonna grow very slowly. Yeah, that's why I was kind of wanting to get him. And we're moving down that road anyway. Barrier hit points plus 800 for aspiring champions. So in 5 turns, that's why I wanted to pick it up and potentially, you know, have a chance to get another one. Which only 10% chance, but you know, we already got one. All right, let's jump in here, and we'll fight this one. It's getting close to where I may have, depending on how long this fight takes. I don't know what will happen after we take this, whether we get attacked or anything like that. Oops. Because I do need to start in like 20-25 minutes. I do need to start wrapping it up. Just because, yay for me, I do need to go to work today, unfortunately. But I'm having a lot of fun. You know, once I finally woke up and, you know, started streaming a little bit, you know, getting up obviously at 4:30 in the morning makes me get tired pretty quick by like 7 or 8 p.m. at night. But I'm having a lot of fun with the campaign. I know we had a few new people here today, so I really hope you guys come back, and I hope maybe people lurking and whatnot come back as well. And you know, it's definitely going to take time for even for people that, you know, usually consistently watch my streams to be like, oh shit, you know, he's streaming early in the morning. So I'm not worried about that. That'll come. I'll put you there. We probably could just like bull rush these guys. I really want to see what these aspiring champions can do too. You guys push through over there. You shoot there.
The first to cut the strings.
I will say the Chaos horses do look better, but them, like, their running animation, which is very nitpicky, but their like running animation just looks off, you know, like I don't know. Alright. They're good against, you know, missiles, missile block. They got magic attack. They got really good weapon strength. Have Bellicor go deal with the Marauder Hunters.
chaos.
Alright, quit your firing. Tell you what. I mean, I know it's Marauder Spearmen, but they cut through them pretty fast.
Exalted.
Yeah, like, it's just like they're like kind of like, you know, like just, you know, if he gets unstuck, like, it feels like they just have like a stick up their ass, like they want to like run, but they just quite can't, you know, like.
My God's call.
Which, it's very nitpicky, I get that. But at the end of the day, I like the I like the update to the Chaos like horse. The fact that it actually looks like a Chaos horse is, you know, cool.
God Slayer. Feel the power.
Good.
Exalted hero.
I thought that used to be an area of effect ability. Maybe I was wrong. Alright, Cedro can go take on the Marauder unit.
Charge. Despoiling.
Especially, like, you get barrier on them, you get regen. I mean, those things are going to be deadly as hell.
The gods will it. Fight.
Or think of even the Aspiring Champion in Village's army, where he provides barrier regeneration in an area. I mean, that is going to be insane as well. Them Central and their dead meat. You're not doing too bad.
Shadows coil.
Alright, let's just fast forward this. Get wrecked. Good job, Cedro. You paved the way for that. And that caused the armor losses. A little bit of damage on this unit. But, you know. Easy win. I want to be able to upgrade my Marauders. They get so good. As soon as you can give them a mark of something, oh, they're so good. I would probably almost put it in the same order as like the Warriors of Chaos. Like Legendary Lords themselves. Depending on, you know, personal preference, probably Sinch or Nurgle, I would say, is the way to go for your units. Whether you do Sinch or Nurgle, you're definitely going to have the tankiness because Nurgle just defends longer and they get the poison debuff. And Sinch obviously gets a magical attack and provides barrier, so it's just, you know, dealer's choice. And Khorne obviously is just if you want to just straight up smash everything and just have better stats. And Slaanesh is just, yeah, you know, like upgrading the Marauders to like Marauders of Slaanesh is still a good option because the Marauders of Slaanesh are still better than just regular Marauders. But at the same time, you know, compared to what the other, you know, Nurgle and Sinch you get, they're just a little behind. Boom says, Khorne is okay if you go against infantry blobs. Right, it also depends too what enemy you're going up against. Occupy it. Earthing Rod. Garbage. So yeah, this is why I don't really care about occupying settlements that, you know, aren't like fortresses. Especially once we get out into here, which is why I'm just going to give them to my vassals. Which is why up here I want to get the fortresses and get vassals along the way. Because casualty replenishment rate, like, okay, you can, once you research a certain technology, you can get chaos sorcerers, but you know you can't increase your capacity for them there. Same with exalted heroes, and then just souls gained in adjacent regions, which that'll be good because we'll obviously attack Doomkeep here shortly. But for the grand scheme of things, it's just not really worth holding on to the smaller settlements. It's just you don't need to. Yeah, gain another marauder. 79. No, because I can upgrade you. You were... Just hold off. Hold off for now. We can afford it. We got a good income. So let's... Altar of Improvement buildings. What is the Altar of Improvement? Nope. Oh, that's the yeah, that's the small buildings. Yeah.
God Maker.
Good. That's why too, like that Gift of Chaos that provides replenishment and unit experience, and melee attack is another good reason why, you know, you may not even spend the warband upgrades to make them, you know, chaos warriors or halberds or whatever of whatever chaos god, because you get a bunch of bonuses just from the basic marauders, and they do a good job, you know. Yeah. Because if we check them out, you know, like they become Chaos Warriors, which, you know, they're good. You know, once you get Mark or even Chosen Ones, like they become good for sure. But I mean, they get buffed just so much. You know, they bring a shit unit up to par with better. Was it turn 5 you saw Wolfric have the things? I think so, like turn 5 or 6. Because if we look down here, like you get, so, you know, once you spend 5,000 souls, you know, you can activate this, where if you're just like completely not using Marauders anymore, and you're just doing straight Chaos Warriors, then this would be good, just to gain more experience. But other than that, I mean, I don't see why you couldn't use Marauders for a very long time, if not the entire time in your campaigns. Because they're just good, you know. Their stats, you know, for Marauders units aren't bad. Like, having a shield to help protect them against missile units, especially once you, like, give them a mark with something. Alright. Didn't get one over the end turn, which is fine. Right, let's go into ambush stance. It may work, it may not. But yeah, there it is. It unlocked those moments. Alright, in a few turns we're going to get the Marks of Siege and barrier hit points for the aspiring champions, which will make them uber stronger. Let's move on. Playing 2 kings now, all the purple items and other than talisman marked as can... Playing 2 kings now, all purple items other than talisman marked as can be crafted multiple times. Interesting. So kind of like with the... Or no, the dwarf ones are still... Are the dwarves one? I haven't played enough dwarves to know, but maybe they are something that you can craft many times, or is it just something that you can only... You craft it and it goes specifically to a legendary lord? I can't remember. Characters or... do units, for sure. Characters would be good, but we can level them up a lot faster than our units themselves.
All goes to plan.
Tier 2, that's good. May actually build walls here just in case. You know, just in case. Do they have another... No, they don't have aspiring champion there. That's okay.
Destroy.
Close victory now. Interesting. Let's see what time it is. 7:30.
Attack. Time. Break them.
Hey Lily, welcome to the stream.
Make them.
Alright. Not there. Military presence of 4. So it's this army right here.
A timely arrival.
Looks like they have 2 more armies. Like this, the army I'm about to kill plus another one. And yeah, I want to get that.
Excellent.
I really like it, Lily. I really do. Depending on the person, you know, they'll probably tell you differently, but I personally really like it. Tell you what, we're going to jump in and try and fight this one real quick. I'm going to save it here just in case I have to exit out and end the stream. For some reason, if it takes too long, I think we'll be fine. Because it's getting kind of towards that time where I need to finish getting ready for work. But I'm going to try and squeeze this fight in here, and then we'll end the stream after that. But yeah, I really like it. It's going to depend on who you talk to about it. I really don't mind a lot of, like, my things I don't like are the trait nerfing. I think the trait nerfing itself was kind of silly, just because it was fun to do. Like, it was something you could do or could not do. Like, I never did a lot of the trait other than the knowledgeable. I didn't use entrepreneurs or conscientious or emollient a whole lot, you know, just for a few off the top of my head. But it was nice to know that I could get them and do that if I wanted to. And now that it's just, some of them are just like completely gone. You know, it's like, oh, that sucks, but it's not like, you know, fuck this game kind of thing for me. Like, would it be cool to have access to them? Sure, but since I never really used them a bunch in my campaigns anyway, I don't think I'm going to see too big of a hit, you know, because it's not something I relied on a whole lot. Alright, we're just going to bull rush these guys. So, that's good. I was hoping it would be good. Great concept combining the game map. Yeah! Which, again, you know, some people are going to have different opinions, and that's fine. You know, it all depends individually on how someone likes to play, you know. Depending on how much, you know, if someone, you know, depending on how, like, cheesy someone likes to play, or how often they like to use exploits, you know, all that kind of stuff will kind of depend, you know, how much I think they enjoy the game or not enjoy the game. But, you know, luckily for me, like, I never really, like, if a exploit was, like, easy and I didn't have to go out of my way to do it, I usually did it. Like, knowledgeable, like, if a knowledgeable lord showed up, yeah, screw it, you know, like, why not? But what am I trying to think of? The Eltharion, like, interrogation, you know, economy cheese for his faction, I never once did that. You know, that's a little extreme in just for my personal taste. It's just something I never wanted to do because I didn't think I would enjoy it. I don't play Bretonia to begin with, but, you know, I don't enjoy just the idea of the free knights exploit thing you can do. I think that's something that I hope does get patched out. You know, like, I know it's something that you don't have to do as a player, but at the same time, like, that's along the lines of the Eltharion thing, where, like, that is maybe just an oversight, like, who knows, but, like, that is just over the top, like come on, you know, that's like a backspace exploit that people used to be able to do for a very, very short time, like, you know, because in the grand scheme of things too, you don't need 500 million or a billion gold, you know, coming into your inventory every turn, you know, like, you don't need it. Even in later campaigns, like, you just don't need that much money, you know. Like, getting that much wealth. Like, yeah, that's cool to see it happen, but you know, and it's kind of like, it's just at a certain point you start making enough money where, you know, it's not gonna matter if you make 1 million or 5 million. Like, you know, it's just not anymore. You know, it's like it's kind of like in Warhammer 2, the knowledgeable Winds of Magic thing, where, you know, having 2,000 Winds of Magic is funny and it's cool, but you know, once you get like, I would say like 200, 250, you know, it kind of like stops having its real effect, because at that point, like, you know, you just have basically infinite Winds of Magic at that point. Like, you know, that's cool, but you don't need, like, having 250 Winds of Magic versus, say, like 1,000 Winds of Magic. Like, there's not really a difference, because it's very, very unlikely that you're going to go through all of that Winds of Magic in a battle. It's just very unlikely. I think when I have autosaves every turn, I think I got this figured out. Turn 3 is key. So is it a quest then, Cedro, or is it just something that he just gets? Or is it, you know, as the player, is it a quest that you can do by turn 3, and that's obviously easy enough to do, where you can get the Regiment of Renown unit? Because I will say, I was a little worried initially when I saw those mammoths coming into town. After this level up, we'll get Arcane Conduit, and then get his like special skill tree done.
Through shadow.
Yeah, I think we're gonna just have just enough time to do this battle, and then we'll have to call it a day. But with that being said, I will be continuing this campaign tomorrow morning and Friday morning for sure. And depending on if you guys are enjoying it and how well, you know, people enjoy it the rest of the week, it may be something I continue on the weekend, like this coming weekend. I don't know. But if you guys have started losing interest already in it, it's definitely something I'm going to continue regardless. It's just whether or not I'll start a new stream of a different campaign or continue this one. Looks like turn 5, I have a quest I can do. Excuse me. I have a quest I can do. I had to load my autosave though, so I can recruit more units to do the fight. Sounds good.
Shape wings.
Our time has come.
I am Orko.
Come on. Your Marauder Horsemen are not going to beat me here. Ooh, Sedro's taking a bit of a beating. Is he going up? Yeah. He's got a lot of armor, and he's going up against armor-piercing units. Right, I think he's... Okay. Oh, that's why he's going up against the... That's why. He's going up against the Lord they have here. Get him out. I'm kind of a big deal, right? I don't want you to die. You are a good and faithful servant to the OG Daemon Prince. I think that's armor losses. Good. Took a little bit of damage, mainly on Cedro here, but you're definitely getting your worth in kills. I'll give you that. Which, giving him magical attack, I think, was a really good idea. But yeah, tell you what. I've been noticing this in quite a few battles now. Spawn of Sinch. Look at that. Not too bad. Which you would never see those numbers in Warhammer 2. I mean, you would never recruit them because they were so bad. But I mean, that's exactly why you wouldn't recruit them, because you wouldn't even see these numbers unless you're going up against like Skaven slaves, and even then, I don't know if that would be possible in Warhammer 2. right? Which I didn't have the artillery shooting the whole time. But yeah, I'm mainly keeping the artillery and the missile units just for, you know, if we run into more mammoths or more monster entities like that. Just until we can upgrade the Chaos Marauders, or the Marauders in this case. Because once we can get like great weapons and halberds, I'll get rid of the demon units. And, you know, if they want to come at me with monsters, that's fine. Be'lakor will be able to snipe the lords or casters or whoever. What do we get? Passive ability, more leadership debuffs. That's really good. Because so he's gonna have -4 plus -8. So he's gonna be at -12. All enemies within a 35-meter range, which will be good because he'll get this leadership, wavering, or lore. So he'll almost be constantly regenerating. While, you know, oh man, this is gonna be so good. Get Arcane Conduit, and then we want Father in Shadow, and then Whispers in Darkness. Oh baby.
I gain.
Alright, let's make Sedro a little stronger.
The first demon
And then money and growth. Well, growth and then money. Did a little backwards.
Lord of torment.
Alright.
Call me master.
Be'lakor is so freaking good. I'm kind of a big deal. People know me. Quick, what movie? Can I just call into work today, you know? That's where I'm at right now.
Yours is not to question me.
Alright, alright. See, now, I teleport there and fuck him up. Yeah, there you go, Lily. Good job.
Fear me.
Oh, everyone's just joining on the fuck Be'lakor bandwagon, huh? Alright.
Your paltry hordes are no match for the
No, they don't want to become my
bloodthirsty.
vassal, which is the problem. Which is fine.
The fort.
Because I say in 5 turns. In 5 turns, I'll be able to pop another one down. They're not going to get up here by that time. It's actually really good. I think I would take the speed though. Alright.
Harbinger.
Alright, let's finish this province.
The first. Lord of Shadows.
Hey, it's Sirtha Ek.
We lurk in the shallows.
A step too far.
He's getting his chariots ready. But I mean, what? It's been like 10 turns and we've already lost like 50 factions. So, really, I know some people were worried about the end times or the like end turn wait times. It's really not that big of a deal. Obviously, it's a little longer, but overall, you don't need to worry about it. It's fine.
You have found me.
Cash cow time. Now that I'm in good relations with them,
You are here because
I can just keep farming them for money now. It's not. So yeah, that is then a AI. That's just a straight up AI cheat then that they get, which is fine.
The first damned. Destroy.
You know, it's just something that the AI gets or is able to get if they so choose, which is, you know, AI needs a little help here and there. Nash. But alright, I do need to wrap it up though, because I do need to finish getting ready for work. Turn 14. I'm having lots of fun. I'm definitely going to continue this one at least tomorrow and Friday. Just get rid of these. Still have the decision whether I went north or south. I'll be playing the Festus campaign tonight. But yeah, I'm definitely going to continue this one tomorrow. Let's just save it here again. Yeah, me too, Sedgwill. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Lily, for stopping by. Vacoma for being here. For 31B Cooter, thank you for stopping by. And also the Irritable Badger, thank you guys for coming to the channel. It was good to see you guys. I believe it's you guys' first time being here, so I hope you guys come back. Let's see if anyone... I think some other people might be streaming, but we'll see. Oh yeah, Legend streaming, playing as some Skaven. So Legends over there's streaming. So if you guys want to go check him out, he's playing some Skaven. But yeah, I got to get ready for my work day. So thank you guys for being here. I do appreciate it, and we will be back with part 2 of this campaign tomorrow morning. So until then, have a good one, guys, and I will see you then. Bye.